for me, flow state is kind of like the intersection of control and surrender. But the way I think about it is I can't achieve the surrender without first establishing the control, right? And that's why, again, I talk about technique so much. You know, there may be a misconception or just an alternate belief, another way of looking at it that differs from mine, which may also be valid, but the belief would be that, you know, technique is just this sort of stiff thing that boxes you in. You know, you would hear some people like talk about how don't practice too much. You know, if you practice too much, then, you know, you're not going to be able to get loose with it. You know, you're not going to be able to surrender, basically. Like if you have too much control, you won't be able to surrender. It's not going to feel organic anymore. You're just going to be like too sharp. But I don't agree with that, you know. I feel like the more technique you have, the more free you're going to be when you surrender, you know, because in theory, if you had unlimited technical ability, then you could say anything that you wanted to say in the moment and make it beautiful through your instrument, you know, or through your artistic medium, whatever it is. You know, just because you have the technique doesn't mean that you have to utilize it, right? That's the other thing is people are like, well, if you have too much technique, it's just going to be all chops or all speed or all this like really intricate stuff. And some of the most beautiful stuff is simple. It's like, well, yeah, but if you have all the technique in the world, you can still say the simplest thing, right? What's stopping you? You know, you don't have to use all the technique every time. But if you don't have the technique and for whatever reason you want to use it in the moment, but it's not there, then you can't do it, right? So it becomes a limitation to how free you can be. That's how I think about it. So for me, control leads to surrender.